confidence in giving birth. These are my methods that worked for me, that I use for my at-home unassisted first-time birth. So my son is almost 2 now. So this video is long overdue, but I wanted to make sure that my theory, not that button, any button but that button. I wanted to make sure that my theory and my passionate beliefs behind a peaceful birth creates peaceful children, happy and healthy children. I wanted to make sure that that was actually had truth to it. So I think it does. I'm pretty sure it does. Often when people meet Yantra, they comment on how happy and how easygoing he is. And some ask me if I had a peaceful pregnancy. Yes, but I also had a peaceful birth, and that matters just as much. So it was a peaceful birth. It was just me and my boyfriend in the bathroom, nobody else. I didn't want anybody else. We didn't have a doula, a midwife. This is the way that I planned it. I'm like, I'm gonna be in the tub, and that's the way we did it. So yeah, he's a meditation teacher. So he knows how to, like, I don't know, keep me calm and stuff. He's like very grounding. Yeah, I don't want to go into the detail of the birth itself because that's a sacred memory that I want to save for Yantra. And everyone's birthing story is sacred and tells something about them. Like the first moments of our time in this world ripple out throughout our lives. I'll give an example. Let's say the doctor chose to intervene and pull the baby out during the birthing process because it was taking too long, or taking dangerously long. Whatever their protocol is in the hospital, I really don't know. But that baby might feel like they were rushed, or that they just needed a little bit more time, or like if they just had a little bit more time. And so throughout their life, they might find themselves in similar situations, wishing that they had more time, or always trying to prove that they can do things on their own, they don't need the help. And that's birth trauma on a small level. But so number one, my first key in gaining confidence for giving birth is reprogramming my beliefs and self-talk. Get rid of the idea that birth has to be painful. You're imitating my hands. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow, kids really just like learn and just imitate everything that we do, whether we're conscious that we do it or not. Yeah, get rid of the idea that birth has to be painful. Pain is just the resistance to the present moment and present sensations. We want to instead surrender to those sensations. We want to go from, I can't do this, to, I am a portal, and actually feel that. So I had a list of affirmations, and I would recite them throughout the pregnancy, especially like out loud. By the 4th month of your pregnancy, your baby can hear you and like understand. At the same time, it's best to avoid anyone else's negative thoughts on birth, specifically your birthing decisions. So, my plan was to birth in the bathtub with only just me and John present. That's not something that I was going around telling a lot of people or family members about, because everybody's like anticipating this big scary day, and it doesn't have to be like that. Avoid arguments, stressful situations altogether. Every emotion that we go through, the baby feels too. You guys are one. If you wake up crying every AM that you have to go to work, and oh gosh, then your child might find themselves in a similar lifestyle, stressed and grumpy every AM, because that's what feels natural for them. That feels at home. You're their first home. So learning starts in the womb. Remain positive as best you can, relaxed and grateful, in grateful states. Look into self-hypnosis and hypnobirthing methods if you feel like changing your thought patterns is something that would benefit you or that you're interested in. This is great advice for pregnant women to start, but absolutely, like, when parenting starts, that's something we want to do, because our self-talk is noticed by people around us, especially our children. The way that we speak is so important when we're parenting. Otherwise, we'll find ourselves just repeating things that were said to us. The second method that boosted my confidence for birthing was oracle readings. Many people are unfamiliar with or uncomfortable with receiving a reading. I understand that. Like, especially while you're pregnant, you want to be choosy of who we let tap into our energy. But there is one woman I recommend. Her name is Uversa, the clearest oracle. She loves people. Don't be intimidated to reach out to her. I'm going to leave her info below. And I can give an example of something she said. She's always on point with everything. Yeah, I think maybe like she told me that the baby's in position, and I wasn't going to doctor visits or anything, so having like a breech baby, or maybe like your baby's not in position, that was a big worry I was having. But that's only one of many things that she mentioned. Okay, so number 3, the last method that was crucial to my confidence in giving birth was lucid dreaming. Dream world works with our subconscious, unconscious mind, and most people, when given the opportunity to lucid dream, they fly. Working with our subconscious mind is the quickest way to like changing patterns, overcoming fear, healing the body. Let's say that we, instead of flying, we decide to sit and meditate in a dream for 5 minutes. The results in waking life would be as if we went on a week-long retreat. So during my pregnancy, I birthed my son 3 times in dreamland, and they felt so real that I was able to get over much of the fear that I didn't know that I even had bubbling in my subconscious. So I highly recommend this for everyone pregnant or not. Keep a dream journal. Let's use our dreams to heal. I personally make lucid dreaming pillows that are filled with herbs and crystals that help with dream recollection, affirmations to help induce the dream state. So contact me if you're about that life, about that dream yoga. So that concludes my list. Don't do that, that's too hard. Yeah, that was way more gentle. Thank you. That concludes my list of unconventional methods that resulted in a peaceful, fairly quick, 5 to 8 hours. That's a fairly quick first time birth. Natural, at home, lotus, free birth. And I'd like to add a few other tips that I have for pregnant mamas. Castor oil your belly to avoid stretch marks. Every day I was switching between almond oil and castor oil. I don't have any stretch marks, and my stomach snapped back so quick after birth. Like, I looked exactly the same. Also, watch the documentary Birth into Being. That is the best. That's the best video. Anybody who's in the room with you giving birth, have them watch the movie too. Birth into Being. And another tip: talk to your partner of your biggest fears regarding the birth, and learn your own birth story. Learn your own birth story because it'll give you insight into why you have certain habits that you do. And schedule schedule a rebirthing session with a rebirther. I'll leave more info on that below. That will help anybody through any type of that's advice for every single person in the world. But if you are pregnant and you are watching this, you are amazing. I envision that you learn how powerful you are through surrendering to the event of birth giving. And yeah, please let me know if you have any questions, you just want somebody to talk to. I'm here. Oh, I'm here. Thank you guys. Peace. Hey.
Boy, stop.
Boy, stop. Lotus birth. But I want to keep this side down. Do you understand?